Hello, and welcome to Positivity, a podcast that is meant to help women strengthen their confidence through the transitions we face in our everyday life. I am your host, Dominique Joy, and today starts a brand new series, a series about happiness. And for this first series, the first episode is Where is Happiness? So let's get real. Have you ever moved through life feeling every day that it's the same? It's some repeated pattern that goes on and on. For some people, there's nothing new to do under the sun and nowhere really to go. Everything is just blah, 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 blah. You work so hard, you earn money, okay, you get a little money, it's payday, you play a little on the weekend, but it passes so fast. We suffer, and yes, I mean suffer at times, 5 days through the week, only to get 2 days. Sometimes, to break that up, we become thrill seekers. We like to drink alcohol, smoke, have sex, and maybe even some drugs. But these are just temporary pleasures. It feels exciting, yeah, I know, while it's happening, but once it's over, you go back to the same blah, blah, blah. And then you're left thinking, when can I get my next high? When can I get my next fix? Perhaps we will recognize this scene. So hear me out. You got two old men sitting on a bus. Okay, yeah, I know. I promise it's not a joke. You have two old men sitting on a bus, but as the bus passes by this red light district, one old man says to the other, "Hey, aren't you going to see the chickens? The prostitutes." The other man raises an eyebrow and a spark is in his wrinkled old age eye, and he says, "Oh, yes, yes, I'll be going this afternoon." The first old man smirks and says, "You didn't even bring your medicine. How can you do it?" They look at each other and they start laughing. See, I told you it wasn't a joke. I said that to say that for some people, lust will use this addiction, but lust can be so strong. They borrow money from family and friends just to visit, well, the chickens. You start to see this pattern in addicts. You see it with drug addicts, sex addicts, alcohol, and so on. Even food addicts, believe it or not, food is an addiction. They're always looking for that greater thrill and the next high. And that's what sets our life on a downward spiral. We waste our time and energy and money instead of using that to build up our success in life. For life, we have zest. Everyone needs that natural feeling of drive and anticipation and excitement. When one does not know how to get it naturally, we might resort to those vices that stimulate that sense of being fully alive and desperately trying to bring some meaning into life. But you see, I've got a secret for you. Happiness is already within you. If you can't satisfy your wants, then, well, the other way to happiness is to release them. Let go of that which you must have. Buddha said this: all desire leads to suffering. Yeah, suffering because we crave what we do not have. So let me ask you this: is this yearning self-created, or is it something imposed on you by the outside world? Like, how dare the world live? Perhaps it's the outside world's fault for having people flaunt their luxuries in front of us. But surely we can create this yearning within ourselves. It is within our own power to control it or release it altogether. Here's a little bit of research. Lord Richard Layard, he's a professor from the London School of Economics. He's a leading happiness researcher. He says something that really stuck with me. He said, happiness is a balance between your expectations and your attainments. One way is to get what you want. The other is liking what you get. I'm going to say that again. Happiness is a balance between your expectations and your attainments. One way is to get what you want, the other is liking what you get. Many of our desires are misplaced. We think that getting them will bring us happiness, but we're dreaming. That's just an illusion. These misplaced desires are nothing more than temporary pleasures. We don't need it to satisfy our desires to be happy. We only release them. Think about this. Hear me out. Do you really need the attention of the opposite sex? Nope. You want to know why? Because as you get older, your body will start to sag. Gravity will definitely set in. And the opposite sex will pay less attention to you, just like you will pay less attention to the opposite sex. So, do you really need to get laid to be happy? Nope. As we get older, our hormones, they change. And so will the desire to mate. Must we wait until we have $1,000,000 in order to be happy? Nope. Research shows that $15,000 a year, higher income is no guarantee of greater happiness. People who make only 15K, they can be happy with 15K. 15 mil? Are you happy? Maybe not. The people who feel good every day without resorting to vices have one mental characteristic in common. They have a dream and they know what they want to achieve in life. This sense of purpose, it drives them. It gives them meaning to their existence. They have discovered their soul's calling and are living life to the fullest just simply by following it. Now, this is different from those who call themselves the party animals, the ones that live life to the fullest by drowning in deafening music and shaking till the sun rises. That's really not living, that's dying. But I have some good news for you. If you really want to find the true meaning of happiness in life, then you've got to uncover your life's purpose. For each of us, it's a unique destiny because we are all made different. A path made especially, I can't talk, for you to walk on this journey through life. Follow it, and you'll arrive in paradise. Ignore it, and you'll continue to wander. 40 days, 40 nights. You'll continue to wander, wasting time and life itself. It'll just be gone, wasted. You'll look up one day and realize you've done really nothing. You've just been wandering, just a shadow to your own life. But here's some things that you can do. And guess what? It actually works. But you need to know what you're made of. You have to take a look at yourself. What are your talents? What are your strengths and your abilities? Create a vision for yourself. Sit down, actually take some me time and create a vision for yourself. Set some goals. Visualize that dream in your mind. Make it big, make it grand. No cap, no ceiling on it. And work out a plan. A plan that's set to meet your goals and match your dream, and decide what actions you need to take to actually achieve it. And then guess what? Talk about it. Tell your friends and your family and commit to taking those plans, those action items that you gave yourself, and do it. Do it, do it, do it to build your dream. Because when you see what your actions are creating and you realize that they are creating results, you will have a natural source of excitement and inspiration. And so instead of spending time and energy on money and vices, guess what? You'll begin to invest it in yourself and creating an upward spiral of success. By releasing your desire for temporary pleasures, you kick your bad habits right on out the door. By choosing to live your purpose and answer your soul's calling, you break free from the chains and find truth, meaning, and happiness in life. Guys, I'm here to tell you, look within for happiness. Stop looking for happiness in other people and other things and comparing your happiness. That's the biggest flaw we have as humans. We compare our happiness to others. It's within you. You create your own happiness. You have the capabilities. You have the magic to do it. It's not difficult. Do it for you. That's all you really need to do. Happiness is within you. Break free from those chains. Find truth in yourself. Find your meaning and your happiness in life. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, my name is Dominique Joy. This is Positivity, and I will be back again next week on the next episode of this series of happiness. So until then, stay tuned. Peace and blessings.